It is amazing how over time the style can change so much. It also shows how many of the different events in the time of history have influenced and changed the way that people have dressed over this period of time. There are some styles that just never go and exceed the term go out of style, but will experience minor changes to keep up with the trends. The most popular fashions are known as classics, which means that they stay around for a while. The opposite of this, however, is considered a fad, which means that these styles come and go but never really stay in for a long period of time. Most fads are worn for a short period of time and then never again. An example of this could be silly bands. They were in for a couple of months and everyone wore them and collected them, but no one has worn them since. Everyone experiences a different kind of clothing fad. Certain fashion trends are dependent on the taste of particular groups of people or cliques, and are usually associated with social statuses or cultural preferences, like the type of music a person listens to. A big influence in fashion history and in the changes made are influenced by world events, such as war or the economy. An example of this could be during World War II, and this was when people were only given a certain amount of fabric so that they were forced to create simple outfits that were practical enough for wartime duties. The mood of each decade changes in the society as the styles of clothing and accessories evolved with times, and this has reflected on the popular fashions from the 1920s to the 1990s.
In the 1920s, the jumper blouse was introduced and became very popular. Usually the jumper blouse was made of cotton or silk and had a sailor collar. Perfect for pairing with a skirt, it usually reached just below the hips and would be accompanied by a belt or a sash. Another popular type of 20s blouse was a low-cut V-neck shirt with a chemisette, attached to modesty. Knitted long-sleeve shirts with routed collars and tank blouses were also popular in the decade. For men, polo shirts, dress shirts, and sweaters were the tops of choice. Getting into the 30s, feminine blouses that featured V-necks and long bow ties attached around the neck, sleeveless blouses, and knit shirts of satin and linen were popular. During the war, nylon and silk were replaced with rayon and viscose. For formal tops, while terry cloth, linen, and even canvases were used for leisure shirts. Women who worked during World War II wore military-style shirts that had button-up collars, and women who were part of the American Women's Auxiliary Corps would wear a full military outfit.
The fashion era of the 1970s to the 1990s was all about color, individuality, and freedom. People had colorful clothing that was meaningful to them and represented the want for world peace and the end of war. Overproduction flooded the market with cheap synthetic clothing, leading to such unique outfits. Some of these include leg warmers, scrunchies, miniskirts, which are making a comeback today, and whimsical patterns. The moods of decades have brought on some really interesting fashion trends, and we can't wait to see what comes next.